chapter 11. Any questions on that one? On those points? Oh, that back there. Yeah, Prabhupada's saying about seclusion, determination, discretion, detachment. Discretion means vichara. You know vichara? Discrimination. So it means making choices. That's what he says here. And he says here, and in perfect determination he should not hanker after unnecessary material things that entangle him in feelings of possessiveness. So this phrase that Prabhupada is using, I call that discretion. In other words, it means discriminate. What Prabhupada is saying here, in perfect determination, we should not hanker after unnecessary material things, which means we should discriminate. These are unnecessary material things, so they're unfavorable for bhakti. I should reject them. That's called discretion.
Prabhupada also saying accept what is good and reject what is ungood.
Yeah, that's right before that. That's also discretion. He should be very careful to accept favorable and reject unfavorable conditions that affect his realization. That's discretion or discrimination. You have to discriminate. Oh, is this good? What is it? Anukulyena sankalpa pratikulyasa varjanam. Is it anukulya? Is it favorable for my devotion, my absorption in chanting and my meditation, that I accept it, I embrace it? If it's pratikul, if it's against me, pratikul, then varjanam, I reject it, I throw it away. So that you have to have the power of, you have to have intelligence based on Shastra to make that choice. And that's discretion. Discretion is the better part of valor. Famous phrase. Something? Seclusion means to chant without your material desires. Chant alone, you and the holy name. Put your material desires in the closet. Seclusion. You think seclusion means to go off to the Himalayas in a cave? That's the only meaning of seclusion. Just like you read Bhagavad Gita. I hope you've read the Bhagavad Gita. And there's describing some qualities of a yogi. One is mon. It says mon. Silence. Mon Brat. Moni Amavasya. And Magh Mas. I think there's Moni Amavasya. So one of the brats is mon brat, which is also very helpful. If someone is a gadabout, or a very talkative person, then to observe a mon brat for 1 day or 2 days is very good. Or stilling the mind and giving determination. It means not speaking. But in Prabhupada's purport in that section of the Gita, Prabhupada is saying the bhakti yogi has a different definition of mon. Because general understanding of mon means don't speak. Don't speak anything. Mon brat. Like there's mon brat. I sometimes take a phone brat. Phone brat means I turn off my phone for 3 days. The Airtel number you have called is not turned on, or whatever they call it. Not reachable. Please call later. Later. Like 3 days later. Or 1 week. Now if anybody calls, it'll be 25 days later. Phone is in Radhakund. Sleeping. So this Prabhupada in his purport, he said, mon, for the bhakti yogi, mon means only speak about Krishna. Keep speaking, but only about Krishna. No gramya katha. Gramya katha means politics, sports, husband, wife, this, that. Village talk, gramya katha. So take a mon. Mon means be silent. Be silent in all these material topics and discussions, but be effervescent in describing Krishna's glories. Krishna Mahima. Effervescent, bubbling. So that means that's the opposite of mon. In one sense, it seems it's the opposite of mon. You're not silent at all. You're talking day and night. When Prabhupada said, this is real mon. No speaking about Maya. So real seclusion is to not take association of your material desires. Or you can say, well, seclusion means to be away from it, secluded, secret, hidden, away from everyone. Go in a cave, go in the forest. But that's also a principle. It said, Prabhupada says, in order to concentrate the mind, one should always remain in seclusion and avoid disturbance by external objects. So external objects means objects which are external to the holy name. The material desires are objects which are external to the fixation on the holy name. But it also means avoid. So seclusion means remain in seclusion and avoid disturbance by external objects. So if you chant Hare Krishna in a temple, then that's not an external place. That's Vaikuntha. And if you chant Hare Krishna in a circle of devotees or in a sangha, a mandal, a Vaishnava mandal, that is not external. What's going on there is internal energy, because bhakti is internal energy, Swarup Shakti. Internal, Antaranga Shakti is internal, Swarup Shakti. So bhakti, when a group of bhaktas are sitting together, and devotee ladies or gents, and they're chanting Hare Krishna, that's Swarup Shakti, that's bhakti. So what's external there? And so that's perfect seclusion. You're secluded from the material energy, from the Bahiranga Shakti. You're secluded from material desires. You're secluded from the material world. The temple is Vaikuntha. It's isolated. Seclusion means isolated. You're isolated from everybody else. You're isolated, island. You're by yourself. So seclusion can mean that. But then seclusion also means to chant alone. Because Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said, if you find when you chant that this is Harinam Chintamani, when you're chanting japa, if you find the tendency to sightsee and you're chanting Hare Krishna, oh, who came in the temple? Acha? Wow, I never saw her. I never saw her before. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So he said, if you had the tendency to open your eyes and gaze all around the place and sightseeing or window shopping japa, then he said you should cover your head with a cloth. You should cover your head with a black cloth. Of course, it's very good because you don't know what's going on under there. Person may be sleeping or chanting. Because I've seen because I live in Radhakund and Vrindavan, and during Kartik we have lots of yatris come, Bengalis and Oriens and whatnot. Maybe 5,000-7,000 yatris crowd into the town of Radhakund for the month of Kartik. Everywhere, they're just everywhere, and they're many people in Gaudiya Sampradaya, when they chant their Anik, their Sandhya Vandanam and Gayatri, they cover their head fully like that. So I always, especially Janava Baitak or some special places around Radhakund, you'll see elderly men or women or any sadhus, their heads like this. And I wonder, I'm sure half of them are sleeping because they get up early. And so he advises that if you have the tendency to look all around and not hear the holy name, then force yourself to focus on the sound, because you put a black sheet over your face, and if you open your eyes, it's all black. So, I close my eyes as black, I open my eyes as black, I might as well, I can't run away from the holy name, I better fix my mind on the holy name. Because our general tendency is to run out through the eyes. The Atma is always running out through the eyes. That's the primary exit. The primary exit door for the Atma is the eyes, and then the other four senses. Ears, second one, then nose, nose, taste, and touch. So he suggests that. And also he said, if you go and you chat, if you sit in a temple with devotees who chat and they start gossiping, oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, are you going to go to that yatra? You're going to that Jagannath Puri yatra? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hey, I'm trying to chant japa. You want Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, I heard something about your wife yesterday. What? Shh, tell me. Shh, quiet, don't tell me. No. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So this is not a good seclusion. So if you're in association with serious-minded devotees in the temple, that's ideal seclusion. That's the ideal secluded environment, because you're completely isolated and secluded from the material energy and the externalities or the external influence of Maya temple. But if you bring Maya in the temple with your attitude or your viewpoint or your speaking or your behavior, then you transform Vaikuntha into Maya.